I'm probably gonna catch some heat for this, but your thoughts actually do dictate your life. What I'm about to discuss isn't some woo-woo shit. It is actually backed in neuroscience. Your thoughts can quite literally change your life, so why wouldn't you think in your favor? Have you ever noticed how when you have a bad morning, say you spill coffee on yourself, and then you say, of course things like this happen to me, bad things always happen to me, I'm so unlucky, and then the rest of that day is just like super fucking terrible. But then same with the inverse, where you're just having a really, really good day and good things just keep happening to you and you keep saying, oh my God, why do good things just keep happening to me? Oh my God, it's like I'm so lucky or something. It's because of your thoughts. If you want good things to start happening for you, start expecting good things. Start thinking in your favor. Why wouldn't you think that you're literally the luckiest, hottest person on earth? Life is so short, you should be delusional. Delusion is what will lead you to your dream life. Here is exactly how you're going to start expecting good things. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna start your day with intention. You think you're in control, but actually, no, you're not. 90% of your actions are controlled by the subconscious. We are not in the driver's seat, baby. But how do we get in the driver's seat? The subconscious is most subconscious to rewiring during theta state, and theta state is usually reached when we are at our most relaxed, so usually during waking or upon sleeping. So as you're falling asleep, you should be thinking to yourself, tomorrow's gonna be a great day. I am having a great day tomorrow. I can't wait to see what surprises await me for tomorrow. And when you wake up, set the intention of having a good day. I am so lucky. Today is going to be such another lucky day. Today's going to be such a great day. I am so excited to see what surprises await me today. You're also going to look for proof. Something that I started doing that has actually been working. I created a little Notion template and I titled Proof I'm Living in My Dream Life. I try to add to it daily. I add literally anything good that happened to me. Anything from I received PR, I got a free coffee, to I was able to buy myself grocery store sushi, and I was able to pay my gas. Literally anything that is considered good, I add it there, and I add a picture with proof. This conditions my brain to always be on the lookout for good things, and because I'm on the lookout for good things, more good things seemingly happen. By always looking out for these good things and celebrating small wins, you're then reinforcing a new pattern and a new belief that good things always happen to you. You are so lucky. You are living in your dream life. But also you are human and shitty things happen. I'm literally in the midst of that. Guys, this is why you shouldn't believe everything you see on social media, because social media is so fake. I am still out here giving self-help advice, but like my real life, I feel like is crumbling. I am so like into like manifestation, but I'm still human. I could still cry and be upset about how shitty my circumstances are, even though I know that they aren't forever and they're not permanent. And I know that it's just like the messy middle to get to my desired reality. So I say all of that to remind you, like, let yourself be human while all of this is happening. So when you start spiraling, just allow yourself to feel, but know when to interrupt yourself and tell yourself whatever the fuck that is. I'm still lucky. Good things still happen to me. This is just the messy middle. This is just a plot twist. I'm still the main character. I'm still in control. I'm still a bad bitch. This is still my life. Whenever I do that, I know that makes me feel good. And then usually the universe is like, period. Period, that's my girl. And then I usually receive a really cool thing right after that because I didn't forget who the fuck I am, period. So the reason why we have this list of evidence that good things happen to you is because we are activating our reticular activating system. When you tell your brain something, it has to prove it as true. So this is why when you say, oh my God, I'm so unlucky, shit like this always happens to me, when you spill coffee on yourself in the morning and you have a bad day, it's because your brain is like, oh, she's unlucky, bad things always happen to her, I guess I have to prove it. So your brain will sabotage you and then you'll end up in shitty situations the rest of that day. The brain doesn't like unknowns or being wrong. So if it can prove you correct in these negative thought patterns, why wouldn't you use it to your benefit by proving it correct in a positive way? By proving you are lucky, everything always does work out for you and you always do receive good things. And by receiving constant proof that you are living in your dream reality or that you are making progress towards it. So the RAS filters info based on what it thinks matters to you. So if you're always focusing on what's going going wrong, then the RAS is only going to further highlight what's going wrong. So that's why when you are in a negative mindset, it just feels like you keep getting knocked down. And this is also further backed by science, spirituality, almost like everywhere it's been proven. When you are looking at life through a certain lens or filter, then your choices are going to be impacted by it. And essentially life is going to mirror the way that you are looking at life through this filter. So your reality starts to shift based on what you expect to see. And because I have known this for years, I have practiced it for years, I have also been practicing it the past few weeks. Like I've just been going through shit after shit after shit storm. I have been more negative, and thus I've been highlighting more negativity in my life and experiencing that negativity. I realized, just stop fucking focusing on it. Like if I don't want negativity, then stop focusing on it. And sure, that sounds very toxic positivity. Sounds easier said than done. What about the people that have shitty lives? Y'all, I don't know how I'm paying my rent. I don't know how I'm buying groceries. I'm on unemployment. I've been setting out applications for months. Nothing, nada. I'm going into debt just to survive, and I've been in worse. Which is why I'm talking about this stuff, because I use this stuff to get out of my even worse circumstances. This has also been proven in different cultures, different beliefs, science, spirituality. The less attention you give something, the more it dies. So why would I continue to give my attention onto these circumstances when I can focus on what's going good in my life? Focus on what I can control right now, and then use that to my advantage to prove things are going my way and things are working out. I have this whole list of affirmations that I am just constantly repeating to myself every second I get. And whenever I catch myself thinking a negative thought, start it. Or I say the inverse of that negative thought. When I realize my thoughts are just thinking, catch them, say my affirmation. And this all goes into my next point of your thoughts are not facts. Your thoughts are just patterns, and patterns can change, which is why I try so hard to be so self-aware about what I'm thinking. I forget the number of thoughts that you have in a day. So if you can catch as many of those as you can, imagine how quickly you can change your beliefs about yourself and change your life, because 90% of your life is dictated by your beliefs. Because if you don't believe you're good enough, then you're not going to go after what you want. And if you're not going after what you want, then you're not going to see the results that you want. You're not going to live your dream. But if you think that you're worthy, if you think that you're good, if you think that you are going to be successful, then you are more likely to go after what you want. You're more likely to send that email, go to that job interview, and then make progress into changing your life and living that life that you've always wanted. But it all starts by rewiring those limiting beliefs. Those limiting beliefs are core beliefs that usually stem from your childhood. Those can come from your parents, societal norms or expectations, teachers, the media. These are all people who told you who you are and how the world works. We formed these beliefs all before the age of 7. So for example, if you were a little kid and you were crying one day over getting your feelings hurt and someone said you're too sensitive, that probably became a core belief. And now as an adult, every time you cry, you probably feel really guilty. You probably don't let others see you cry, or you probably just don't let yourself cry because you think you're too sensitive, that makes you weak, and you feel a lot of like guilt and shame, or maybe even anger around like letting yourself feel these feelings. Programming is not your fault. It is your responsibility to identify them and reprogram them. And to do that, you have to consciously choose to not live by them, and you have to go against the grain. I grew up in extreme poverty. I was unhoused multiple times as a child, and my mom was on cash assistance, food stamps. So one way that I had to reprogram my beliefs and feel safe with money, show myself I am abundant, I am worthy of this, I had to become comfortable with buying myself silly things, like things that you wouldn't even question buying, maybe like a coffee. That really did rewire my brain into feeling safe to spend money, because I am worthy of spending money on, I'm worthy of having money, I am abundant. Money has always come back to me. Money has always flowed. And just because I was poor once doesn't mean that I'll be poor again. And I will never get to that point again. And even though it's really scary right now, and that is where my brain is going every day, it's not there yet. And it's not going to get there. You have to do the uncomfortable thing and almost do the thing that feels the exact opposite in order to rewire your subconscious. So if you have a limiting belief that you're shy, but you don't want to be shy, that means you probably have to practice public speaking and go up and talk to someone that you don't know. If you have a limiting belief that you're ugly, then you probably have to look yourself in the mirror and say, no, I'm the hottest, baddest bitch ever. I am so beautiful. I am so magnetic. And you have to do it consistently until eventually there's gonna be a day where you're like, actually, like, okay, maybe I'm not like totally disgusting. And then there's gonna be another day where you're like, yeah, actually I am the baddest, prettiest bitch around. But you have to keep doing it. Repetition is what reprograms your brain and teaches your brain to believe these new things. And lastly, you have to be so delusional. Delusion, honestly, is like what's going to get you far in life. You have to have big goals because honestly, you can afford to. Life has so much more to offer. Do you think the universe is on a budget? No, the universe is gonna be like, ask for more, please. You should feel slightly scared, confused, and lost when it comes to your dreams. And if you feel completely comfortable with your dreams, you're not dreaming big enough. Every big dreamer I know, personally and throughout history, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were scared as fuck. They felt alone, but they still did it. Delusion is almost pretty much all we have. If others can be delusional and it can work for them, why can't it work for you? Let's use this as an example. I wanna have 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I wanna be making $10,000 a month, even though I'm in $30,000 plus of debt, but that's because I lost my job. And I currently have 2-ish thousand subscribers at the time of filming this. I am not the only creator on planet Earth. There are so many other creators living my dreams. So if they can have those delusional dreams, which are honestly just very normal dreams now, then why not me? Same for you. You have to say to yourself, everything always works out for me. Eventually you will feel a physical shift. You'll eventually get to a point where you feel less resistance. You'll feel more like wanting to like roll your eyes when you do your affirmations, but that's a good thing. And you'll eventually get to a point of like an all-knowing feeling. There will get a point where eventually you believe what you're saying. That concludes this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I really enjoyed making this one. If you enjoyed this video and want more like it, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe. If you made it this far, comment the brain emoji, as well as one limiting belief that you want to reprogram. If you want more encouraging content throughout the week, then be sure to follow me on Instagram and make sure to also join my Discord. That's where you can chat with me personally and make friends all around the world that are also on a self-love and self-development journey. If you enjoyed this video, then I think you would also enjoy this one. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for hanging. Love ya!